today's episode, we're talking boundaries and people pleasing with my girl, Alfreda Davis. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Is it all right on the show? I can call you Frida?
Yes.
Awesome. So, what's your definition of a people pleaser? Like, what is people pleasing?
Well, essentially, a people pleaser is someone who really struggles with boundaries, someone who really struggles with letting other people down, someone who values others' opinions and needs over their own. So a people pleaser is somebody who a lot of the times they don't really know themselves. Because of the fact that they're putting so many people's needs above their own. Like, I think about what you need and what you want before I think, how does this affect me? What does this do to my life? Like, is this something that I actually want to do? So a people pleaser, a lot of the times, is someone who doesn't even know what they want. They just know, I want to help people and I don't want to deal with like a messy, nasty fallout.
I never looked at it like that. As someone who actually doesn't know themselves or does not really know what it is that they desire and how to show up for them.
Yeah.
So, where do you feel as though it all starts? Like fear, validation, trauma, upbringing. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
So what I have seen with my clients, and also what I will say is like, I'm a former people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely a lot of the time starts very young. So not really knowing boundaries. You might have had some type of trauma. You might not like, you might come from a family that deals with a lot of like enmeshment, which means like they don't have healthy boundaries. Everything is just kind of overlapping and everything is like together. You might have seen certain things happen. Like, you could have seen domestic violence growing up. You might have been a part of some type of abuse. We don't know. But a lot of the times people pleasing does start at a very young age. And it can be a source of anxiety. It could be due to self-esteem issues. It could be a lot of those things. Also, it doesn't necessarily always need to happen at a very young age. Sometimes people pleasing can come from a specific relationship that you've been in. I've seen people who, when they come to me, they say, you know, I wasn't like this always.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we unpack things, it might have been a specific relationship that they were in that really traumatized them. And they recognize that in order to avoid certain consequences, I need to please this other person. And now it doesn't just happen with this person. It happens kind of like all over the place because I don't want anybody to be upset with me.
Okay, that makes sense. You stated that you were a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
How did that actually look for you? Like, because I honestly, on the outside looking in, I wouldn't have never known it.
Mm-hmm.
So, how does that look?
Like,
In your personal experience?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, for me, I often was like, okay, if somebody asked me something, it wasn't even a matter of me saying, oh, well, I'm so tired. Like, I've already had so many things going on. It was automatically like, jump to it.
Mm-hmm.
And even sometimes when I did start to recognize I was tired, it was, yeah, but this person really needs me. So like, it's not going to kill me to do it. So I'm going to do it. Or I might have an opinion about something, but I don't want to say it because I can tell that that person doesn't agree with it. And I don't want this person to be upset with me. So I agree with what they say. Meanwhile, the whole entire time I'm just kind of like, I don't know, that doesn't feel quite good. Other things that I will say is like, people pleasing caused me to be resentful in a lot of ways. When I started going to therapy myself,
Mm-hmm.
once I really realized what I was doing and I was made aware of it, I didn't break the habit yet. I still was people pleasing, but I was more aware of what I wanted and how I felt as a result of people pleasing and how it wore me out. And so I became resentful of people that I was people pleasing, but it wasn't their fault. It's mine. Because I have the ability to say no, but for whatever reason, I'm not saying no. Or I would be resentful towards them because here it is. I'm saying yes to you all the time. I'm here to help you. The one time I need something from you, something small, you say no. And instead of me recognizing that's your boundary, I'm just like, well, dang, I always say yes to this person. Why aren't they saying yes to me?
Let's unpack that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that boundaries that they have, or are they takers and you're a giver?
I would say that it could be a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think you definitely have some people who that just really is their boundaries, while other people, I do think that there are certain people who are just takers. And I will say that, like, as I became more aware of those things and I got stronger within my boundaries and started feeling comfortable with saying no, a lot of those relationships changed for me. Because as I started to say no, the people who were really just like that was their boundary of saying no, they were accepting of me saying no.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas though other people, if I said no, I noticed, oh, you're a little bit more distant with me now. So
Mm.
you're somebody who was taking advantage of the fact that I was a people pleaser. So I might need to take a break from you.
That really like touches home for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
it sits with me. It resonates actually. So let's talk about the givers and the takers. Like because once people see that you're so dependable, it's like they just want to burn you out. They always come to you. And I actually listened to one of the reels that you created. And you were talking about you saw a post and was it like therapist burnout or something like that?
Therapist guilt.
But it applied to those outside of therapy,
Mm-hmm.
outside of that profession. Let's talk about it.
I was scrolling on actually my personal TikTok
Mm-hmm.
and I saw a girl who is a therapist and she was like she didn't actually talk about it. She just like kind of put up slides about therapist guilt. And I was like reading some of the people's comments and things like this. And I was like, you know what? I actually think that this would be a really good video
Okay.
because this is something that I struggled with in the beginning of my career.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't something that only therapists like struggle with. And unfortunately, like I have to make sure that I'm setting healthy work life boundaries. And especially as somebody who used to be a people pleaser, I try to be very like aware of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think with therapist guilt, you find yourself with that a lot. I'm supposed to show up and help my clients. Like that's my job. That's what I'm here for. So I should be accommodating them. I should be. And that
Mm-hmm.
also happens with caregivers. I should be. I should be. I should be.
Right.
But what about I should be taking care of myself? I
Mm-hmm.
should be paying attention to what my needs are as well. And so even though this extra hour doesn't seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, what could you be doing with that extra hour?
Facts. She set me up with this one, y'all. You did. Like, it's no way. You know that was going to resonate with me. Like, So I was like, ooh, not today, not today. Like, this sort of a get another podcast. You but no, so I get that.
Mhm.
And I hear that. Um, and especially like in this profession, it's easy to try to want to fix, right? To want to fix,
Mhm.
opposed to taking a step back and provide strength or empowerment so they can actually take control of their own lives and situations and themselves. Like, do you find or did you find early on in the profession when you said that you were like a people's pleaser,
Mhm.
did you find that you were just open to just try to fix a problem?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, one of the things, when you go for interviews and they ask you like what your strengths and your weaknesses are, my weakness for the longest time was the fact that I didn't know how to leave things alone. They were like, "What do you mean by that?" And I'm just like, "Well, if there's a problem, I feel like I need to fix it." And sometimes I have to just recognize that some people aren't there yet.
mm-hmm.
I've done everything that I can do that's within my scope. And sometimes this is as far as I can take things. So that was a weakness for me for the longest time. It made me just like feel guilty. I would take work home with me. I would be in a crappy mood. People would be like, "Why are you off?" And of course, you can't talk about it because HIPAA violations. So I just like, "Oh,
Absolutely.
nothing." But at the end of the day, I've taken these cases home with me instead of leaving them there and saying, "You've done all that you can do."
People pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where did that start for you? For you?
So this started for me, I would say probably as a child, to be honest.
Okay.
I grew up with parents who were back and forth with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, as a child, you take on unnecessary guilt of feeling like, oh, it's my problem, like it's my fault, or something like that. So it was, especially with my dad, it became this whole thing of I need to fix things. So like, he would be upset with me about something that had nothing to do with me, But instead of me being able to just kind of let things go, it was me calling him and trying to accommodate him and his feelings. And, I started feeling like, well, the only way I'm going to have a relationship with him is if like I do the work, like if I do the reaching out. And so there would be certain things that he did that I wasn't necessarily a fan of. And so, but I didn't say anything because I don't want you to be upset. I don't want you to leave again.
Yeah.
So I developed that at a very young age. And, seeing my parents be in the relationship that they were in, which, obviously wasn't the like healthiest situation, you look at those things and you start being like, okay, well, my mom was a very like strong woman. And so she didn't take no crap. So, but it's like, okay, well, maybe if I am not as like strong of a presence, like I just want my dad around. So like I'm just, I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say anything. And you don't recognize that that doesn't do anything, but in your mind it kind of warps it. And so that turned into just like people pleasing with my dad to like now I'm people pleasing with everybody because I just when you have a parent who is like upset with you, that doesn't feel good. And so now I don't want to deal with the fallout of like anybody. You have this like anxious attachment that I developed, which is essentially just with an anxious attachment style, whenever you kind of feel like people are like pulling away from you and they might be setting healthy boundaries, you don't look at it that way. You look at it as they want to leave my life. They don't want to be here with me. So now
especially like if it's a parent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do everything I can to make you stay. So if that means I got to roll over and just kind of take it and just like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to be meek and mild. I'm going to do that. So that really started at a young age for me with my relationship with my like dad and like having the back and forth with my parents being together, not being together, my dad being in my life, not being in my life. And that went on for a really, really long time for me.
For me, I enjoy showing up for people, helping people. I never have an issue with helping someone. Mm-hmm. You know that, mm-hmm. Right? But then it's like the more I start to understand the dynamics surrounding people pleasing, I'm like, well, damn, am I actually like a people pleaser? I don't think I've said yes to keep the peace. No, take that back. But not to avoid confrontation. Mm-hmm. I don't think it causes like anxiety, like I'm anxious if I don't say yes. Mm-hmm. But then again, maybe, I don't know if it's to try to avoid confrontation. But now, just like looking back and understanding and then the dynamics surrounding people pleasing, I kind of question like, am I a people pleaser? You knowing me, right? Would you consider me as a people pleaser?
No.
Like seriously, like awesome, because I'm
not even a little bit.
Girl, I wrestle with that. I'm like, well, because I love helping, and I love people. Like I just want to help you become the best version of yourself. I want to like motivate you, encourage you. That's Tisha. But then they just keep coming back for more and more and more. And then I find myself like, okay, all right, well, no problem, because I want to help until it drains me. And I can't say that I become resentful, but it's like, you know what? I have to cease.
Yeah.
Cease and desist. I have to cease. Like it's too much. It's draining me. So what sets me aside from people pleasing?
So I think that struggling with boundaries and being a people pleaser, yes, they go together, but not always. Sometimes we're just not aware of what our boundaries are. Like I haven't done the reflective work to say like this is what works for me, this isn't what works for me. I've learned that I like this versus I don't like this. So when you are somebody who thrives off of helping other people, because like it brings me joy to see other people.
Yes, it does bring me joy. Yeah.
So I don't mind that feeling.
But the thing for me, I just feel like I've embraced who God created. But it's like, oh my God, this is exhausting. Yeah. This is draining. But it's who I am.
But you also know how to say no.
Okay.
And that's the difference between you and a people pleaser. You know how to say no. Yes, you might do things, you might push your limits sometimes, but like you said, I'm not pushing the limit because I'm afraid of fallout, I'm afraid of confrontation, I'm anxious, I don't want somebody to be upset with me. You push the limit because I genuinely want to help.
Okay.
And so if I can, I will. But you do have a point where you're like, all right, I can't. So I'm gonna have to say,
if I can't, like,
yes,
they get so upset, so upset.
And so what? And the difference between you and a people pleaser is, you know, they're upset. A people pleaser would be like, I don't want that. Okay, yeah, no, I can help. I can help. You don't then double back and go, you know, I changed my mind. I can actually help you. They just have to be upset. They'll get over it.
So you feel as though that I have not established like clear boundaries.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that
issue.
doesn't mean that you're a people pleaser.
Okay.
You just need to learn what your boundaries are.
So how do you go about setting clear boundaries?
I went to therapy. I was in therapy.
Gotcha.
I've recently actually just graduated from therapy myself.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was in therapy for like 5.5 years, and I worked on everything. Like, I put it all out there with my therapist, and I had to really learn what works for me. I had to like go back, like, what are things that upset me? Not just knowing what upsets you, why did it upset you? Things that you were okay with, why were you okay with this? Like, finding out the reasons behind these things. And so once I was able to kind of like go back and understand the whys of the good and the bad, it helped me to better understand, okay, so these are my boundaries. These are the things that I can and am willing to accept versus the things that I do not want to accept because they don't make me feel good. They make me feel anxious. They make me upset. They make me angry. They make me whatever the case may be. So like, I have to say no to these things. These are the things that I like. These are the things that I enjoy. These are the things that I feel comfortable saying yes to. And sometimes what I will say, the other thing that we have to be understanding about with boundaries is that boundaries do come with compromise. So I'm not always going to be able to have my way all the time. But what I try to remember with boundaries when it comes to compromising is that compromising is not necessarily mandatory, but it is something that is needed for healthy relationships because it is a give and a take. So sometimes I'm not going to get what I want. Sometimes you're not going to get what you want. Sometimes we have to meet in the middle. But what I always say is when it comes to compromise is if it goes against your values, your moral beliefs, you should not compromise.
Well, how about no? Because that is a complete sentence.
That's a complete sentence. Yeah.
Right?
I don't have to explain myself. I can just say no.
That part.
I don't have to say no because, and that was something, and also as a people pleaser, as you start, well, I noticed that about myself. I won't say this for everybody, but when you learn to start saying no, it still feels uncomfortable for you. So you do the whole like over explaining. No. That's it.
Like, no.
You saying no and explaining all the reasons why, that's not going to do anything. If that person already wasn't wanting to respect your boundaries, that does not matter to them. So just say no.
Yeah, no with explanation puts everyone in your business. It's like, no, I can't. I don't have it. Can't do it.
Yep.
Don't have time. I don't. But why don't people respect the fact that same way they don't have time, same way they can't show up, same way that they're busy, the same way they don't have, that's why they're asking you. They have this fictitious picture that you're capable of doing everything that they can possibly think of. How far does your imagination stretch?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Unfortunately, I think that what happens with that is that people can be selfish. People who
extremely selfish.
Yeah, people who don't know how to respect you. People who don't know how to respect your boundaries, one, they may not be used to it because they're so used to you saying yes, 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 yes. So this change is kind of like, whoa. But then also you just have people who they're selfish. I like what I got out of this relationship. How dare you not give this to me anymore?
Yeah.
I need this.
Yes.
I. They're not thinking about, well, this person has always said yes to me. So the one time that they say no to me, that must mean they really can't. And I should respect that.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought that was like compassion 101.
Yeah.
Like you would think so. Like, oh, I'm such a kind-hearted person, and I love you to pieces, and I'll always be there for you. But when you're not there for me, like, how dare I ask you to do something for me?
Mm-hmm.
How dare I ask for a favor?
Mm-hmm.
It's never reciprocated. It's always I can't, don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
Sob story.
Mm-hmm.
But the expectation that they put on you, the weight that they put on you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that you said, like early on that we got to show up for ourselves because, like, when you're running on empty, sometimes or oftentimes they just don't even feel genuine anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like you can't really hold that type of space for anyone if you're neglecting your own self.
Mm-hmm.
What happens like internally when you keep putting others before you? Like, how do you feel outside of the anxiousness, the guilt? How does that look? Like, for instance, if it was me that you always showed up for and you didn't know how to say a no to, and I really like exhausted you,
Mm-hmm.
how would that look for me? Like coming from you.
Um, it might look like a lot of dread. Like anytime I know that we're gonna be around each other, or you text me, or you call me, I'm
Mm,
just like, I'm just expecting for something to be asked of me. Like this
that
isn't just
part.
gonna be a regular conversation. It's gonna come with something. So it might be like this sense of dread of like, here it is, like there's something else coming. It actually might even be avoidance. Like as much as you are a people pleaser and you don't want to cause anybody like harm,
Mm-hmm.
it might also be avoidance. Like sometimes I might just not answer my phone and then I might make something up and be like, oh, I didn't answer my phone because of XYZ. Like, because I didn't say no to you. So I'm not upsetting you. Like you recognize that I have a job, I have other things going on. So, oh, I didn't respond because, oh, I didn't see it. Or something like that might happen.
Have you ever done that to me before?
I've never done that to you before.
Are you
No.
sure? It
No.
sounds a little familiar.
No. I genuinely like no. So have I done this to people before? Absolutely.
Okay.
But I also this comes from people who they over asked
Yeah.
for things
Yeah.
where I didn't feel like the relationship was reciprocal.
I
So
understand.
like people who I feel like, oh, I always show up for you, I always show up, I always show up. And I don't mind necessarily always showing up,
Yeah.
but it becomes something where no, I don't mind showing up, but at the same time, like I'm tired, but I don't know
Yeah.
how to tell you I'm
Yeah.
tired. And I also know that practically every time that we are involved with each other, it's not just a hi, how are you? It's a hey girl, how are you? What do you think of this? Can I have help with this? So like that's never been our relationship
What?
ever. Like our relationship has never been that way. It's
I know.
always
I was
just
just
been
teasing.
yeah.
I was just teasing.
Yeah. But no,
but
I've definitely done it before. Yes.
but when you say that, like they come around, they start asking questions, and you know it. Let me explain something to you, right? It gets to a point where you could just start having like a conversation with them, right?
Mhm.
And it's just something in their voice, like
Mhm.
something shifts,
You know
and
it's
you
coming.
just know that it's coming. Girl, please, I stop them in their tracks. I'm like, nope, mm-mm,
and
don't
that's
ask.
and that's what I say by
Hmm.
again, you're not a people pleaser.
Okay.
Because not all people pleasers, but me, when I would avoid conversations altogether. Because once
Mm,
the conversation starts, if you ask, I'm going to say yes.
mm-hmm.
Even if I don't want to, I'm
Gotcha.
going to say yes.
Gotcha.
And so many of the people pleasers that I have worked with, the same exact thing. So I'm just not even going to have the conversation altogether. Because if I don't talk to you, I don't have to say yes. I don't have to say no. I don't have to say anything.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. 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 Okay, because I'm like, no, for real.
Yeah.
Like, well, what you mean? No, no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't even say anything, but you're going to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how you know what I'm about to say? It sounds like a question.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is no. Whatever it is, it's no. You've depleted all of the yeses in the last like couple months. It's
Yeah.
no for the remainder of the year.
Mm-hmm.
No for some
Mm-hmm.
and others. So anywho, what red flags? Like what are the red flags that are helping has become unhealthy?
I think that when somebody is dependent, Like you don't even
Mm-hmm.
try to do things anymore on your own. It's just the automatic. I know Alfreda's gonna, have the answers. I know that she's gonna help me. So I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna call you and say, hey, can you? So when you become dependent, I think that's for me, that's the biggest sign of like, okay, my helping is no longer healthy because you're not even trying anymore. You're just automatically assuming she's got it.
You know what? I can honestly say and genuinely say that everything that you say resonates with me. And I'm not a people pleaser, and I didn't think that I was a people pleaser. However, I was on the fence, like, oh, do I have some of those tendencies, right? Outside of, I guess me being able to say no, I'm really not like that direct, am I? Because that sounds kind of rude.
Well, I think that we have to be very clear on the communication styles of it all. I think that you are very assertive. And a lot of people, especially Black women, we take assertive means aggressive, and they are two completely different things. Assertive is I'm confident in giving you my answer. I'm very clear. I'm just like, I'm giving it to you, but I'm still being respectful.
Right.
Aggressive, on the other hand, is I might be berating you. I might just be very rude, very dismissive. It's only about me. It's not about you. I don't care. It's me, 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 me. And that's
That'd
not
be dumb.
and that's not what you do.
Okay.
So I think that what you're confusing as being aggressive or mean or rude is actually you just being assertive and direct. Which there's
and they take it
nothing
as
wrong
me
with
being
that
rude.
because they're not getting what they want. It's the selfishness that comes back.
That's true. But anywho, so what does helping from a healed place look like? Because girl, sometimes I just be like, you know what? All help has ceased. I need to help me.
Yeah.
I'm about to become like the expert of self-care. Yeah, I wanna actually like study that a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be an expert. That's my new profession. Self-care expert.
I love that. So helping from a healed place looks like self-compassion.
Okay.
Which is essentially giving yourself grace, being kind to yourself, not being overly critical, being mindful and aware of your needs, and recognizing, hey, I may not always be able to say yes, or I may have to say yes, but like a caveat, like I can't help you in this specific way, but I can help you in this way.
Okay.
I also think that helping from a healed place is knowing your boundaries. Knowing what I am capable of and what I'm not capable of. Because, I've heard a recent argument about how people pleasers are manipulative. And
like they're manipulative.
So the reason why I've heard this argument that people pleasing is a form of manipulation is because of the fact that you are not allowing somebody to see your authentic self. So they never get to know you. They know this version of you that you've created to avoid conflict, to avoid issues.
Okay.
And so because you're always in this gray area and always playing devil's advocate and not really being a one side or the other, people don't really get to know you. So it's a form of manipulation.
True.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't feel like it's an intentional thing, but I was like, I never thought about it from that point of view, but I do get it. So I think that helping from a healed place is being your authentic self.
Nice. I really, and you're right about that.
And that's not always going to be pleasing for other people, but you have to be okay with that.
Yeah, and it's almost like, well, why would you want me to be like anyone else except for who I've always shown you? This is my true version. No means no. I don't have means I don't have. I can't do means I can't do. What about how they manipulate you? They need to do research on that.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like some people, it has gotten to a point, just in my life period, just overall. But if I say no the first time around, they'll come back with a different tone and different verbiage. And I say no again, and then they come back again. Why is my answer going to change?
Because once again, it's the selfishness. I want,
and then they try to do it in such a passive way. So passive. So, oh, she's not going to see it coming.
Yeah, it's the I want, the I need. So like I'm only thinking about me. I'm not, once again, I'm
I
not
think
thinking
about
about
you.
the person who Tisha has said yes to me so many times. If she's saying no to me this one or two times, it must mean that she really cannot. And yeah, that might be disappointing to me, but I need to accept that.
And then offer. How about you offer me some help
There you go.
if I really cannot?
Mhm.
Offer me some help.
Mhm.
Better yet, give me some grace.
Mhm. There you go. I appreciate you considering it anyway. Even though you can't do it, I appreciate it. Thank you for just talking to me. Something, but no, you never get that because
Ever get that?
it's I need, I want.
And you should,
Mhm.
because I
Yeah.
expect.
Yes, it's entitlement.
You said that you've been working on this for like the last 5.5
Mhm.
years, or prior to you going to therapy.
No,
So you started.
I started in therapy because
Okay,
truthfully, I didn't see anything like I didn't put the words to being a people pleaser, but I
gotcha,
also didn't see anything wrong with what I was doing. Like,
gotcha.
yeah, I recognized that I was anxious a lot about things and like I had like certain things where I wasn't really settled, but also because of the fact that that's just how I've been practically all my life, I just thought this is
Gotcha.
who I am. This is what it looks like. So, going to therapy and have my therapist call me out on it and I'm just like, "Oh, okay, girl." And then like
Mm.
working on it and being able to see the other side of it, I'm just like, I don't even know how I survived that long doing that because the other side of it is just now I say no without guilt.
Thank you for some of them free sessions that you done passed along over here because, for one, right, just listening to you over the years, establish those boundaries
Mm-hmm.
and actually adhere to them. It was eye opening for me. It's like, you know what? That was healthy. It's healthy for you. And I have to find some healthy boundaries in my life or I'm going to be worn out.
Mm-hmm.
It got to a point where I didn't even want to start walking into my calling, into my purpose,
Mm-hmm.
right? Into my profession.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was getting so burnt out from the friends, from the family, from the associates,
Mm-hmm.
from everyone that calls on Tisha. And I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to do what people do. Like, they are exhausting.
Yeah.
Congrats
Mm-hmm.
for moving past that.
Thank
Like,
you.
I'm sure that is like extremely challenging. Because even for me, so I understand that pressure, right? I
Mm-hmm.
understand it. So I know that it was hard. I know it wasn't an easy journey. And I really do applaud you for getting to where you're at and keep saying no.
Thank you.
But taking a step back and listening to the healthy boundaries that you actually start establishing, I'm like, well, maybe I need to start taking some tips. You know, like seriously, all
Yeah.
jokes aside, I'm like, oh, well, she said no and she meant it. Okay. What got me was the fact that you don't like being on the phone.
No.
I used to be on the phone all the time.
I can't stand it.
But the crazy part about it is that even though those hour-long conversations, not just with one person, but with multiple people throughout the day, throughout the week, it is exhausting and it takes away from the things that I actually want to do for myself.
Mm-hmm.
We know we're not even talking about resting, and we're not even talking about like sitting back and watching a movie. We're not talking about like getting into some things that I want to study or just any of that. We're talking about just focusing and concentrating on things outside of showing up for you,
Mm-hmm.
showing up for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually, with all honesty, it was like, you're right. I enjoy really having minimum conversations now. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy my own space, my
Yep.
own company.
Yes.
Company. This is my peace.
Yes.
Like solitude for me is perfect,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
some people don't get that.
Yeah, no. I had my cousins and everything, but I was always like the youngest.
Yeah.
So like all of my cousins like were like a certain age group and I fell like below that. So I always
Mm-hmm.
had to learn how to entertain myself.
Yeah.
And so for me, what people don't understand is like I really they're like you're not sad being by no, I like
Right.
being by myself. I
Yes.
grew up that way.
Yeah. Try it.
Yes. But
Try
also
it.
when you then choose to be a part of a profession like this,
Uh-huh.
I need time to decompress. I'm
Yeah.
talking to people for hours a day. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't regret it. I love what I do, but I'm talking to people for hours in a day, talking about what they're going through, helping them, problem solving, doing all these things, the last thing that I want to do is then be on the phone and like be talking some more. And here's the thing, I don't mind communication. I prefer in person or texting. It feels more of like a connection for
Absolutely.
me.
That I
So
agree.
yeah, that, and then texting, it gives you the opportunity to, I can still put my phone to the side and do what I'm doing and what I need to do,
Okay.
as opposed to when I'm on the phone, I have to pay attention to this conversation. I have to be in the here and now. And I've been in the here and now all day with my clients.
Gotcha.
So right now I just need a break. I don't have it in me. So that is where this I don't really care to talk on the phone comes from. I didn't always used to be this way.
We're grown.
Yeah.
So like we be adults.
Yes. That's very yes.
So it's like there's so much more that we can possibly be doing than to be on the phone wasting like all this precious time. And again, like same as you grew up alone, and I can't say I grew up alone.
Yeah.
I grew up in the house with my sister. But our mother taught us the value of spending time with yourself. Didn't go to everyone's homes. Everyone didn't come into our homes. We weren't even like that whole neighborly, we gotta go to the neighbor's house and the neighbors is coming. No. We enjoyed our own company in our own home. And it felt good.
Yeah.
So if you were brought up like that as a child, what do people expect? Like, how do you think you're gonna be as an adult?
It's not just like
it's easy.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm in like an introverted extrovert. Like I don't mind being social, but if I have a preference, see ya. I'll catch you later.
I've been in social gatherings with you in that atmosphere, and I'm like,
you can tell when I check out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can tell when I'm like,
yeah,
okay, party's over. My social battery has died.
Yes. But people don't even expect that from me. And I'm like, okay, just a minute. Let me sit over here.
In college, I was known for the Irish goodbye. I never said bye at parties. I just left. Where'd Alfreda go? Oh, she's already left and gone home. I've had enough.
About you.
I've had enough.
Okay.
Like I want to go. One thing about me, I'm gonna go home. Like people, you want to spend the night? No, I want to go home. I want to sleep in my own bed, and I want to wake up alone. I can't. I don't want to be social anymore. I've had enough, and I actually have to prepare myself to be social. So this is why I don't like last minute plans, because I'm just like, have to prepare myself to be social, because I don't even know if I really want to be social. But if I know it's coming, I can prepare myself to be like, okay, be prepared. You got to be up and on, and like, yes. But if it's sprung on me, I'm just kind of like,
Now, would you get that like from me? Would you be able to tell that I'm like introverted and extroverted? Because people look at me like, oh, she's a social butterfly, and Tisha.
No, I think I definitely get complete extrovert from you.
Yeah.
Like, because you definitely, like, if you're out, you're the life of the party. You're like bouncing around. You're having a good time.
People just nope. It just be them. They like my energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they are attracted to that because Tisha's the life of the party, and I am. But internally, the party be ending a little earlier for me. Like it ends early, and I just want to chill. And you're like, no, more.
No, less.
Yeah,
bye.
Especially now I'm older. Like I don't like.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy my own time, my own space. Yeah.
It's also less drama that way.
Who you?
Yeah.
That's another topic.
My life is not chaotic. I wonder why. Because I be in the house.
That part.
Listen, there have been times where I have canceled things because I'm expected to drive, and I'm just like, no, I don't have it in me. I don't want to meet you halfway.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you come? If I'm driving, why can't you come here?
That part.
Why do I have to drive 20 minutes out of the way to come meet
you up or keep going to you?
I don't. I know. You know what? Actually, can't go anymore.
Last minute parties or events, it's like, okay, I'm not, and I'm like, but damn, am I developing social anxiety? It's giving me anxiety to even think, like, especially like last minute situations. It takes me so long to even just get ready to get out the house. Like once I'm mentally prepared that I gotta show up, then we're good.
Yeah.
I'm there. And that's where they get the life of the party and a social butterfly.
Now, I still might tap out at some point.
Oh, absolutely.
But
absolutely.
I show up, I'm ready to go.
Oh, but you know what? My mental is like, because I am social. I am. So my mental is like, once I'm prepared and I know the environment to expect, I already know what the function is. I already know what the vibe is. It's like, okay, I know that I need to be showing up for X amount of time.
Yeah. I also have an internal clock though. And at some point you are supposed to be in bed. Why are you still out? Like, who told you that you were still in your 20s?
Gotcha. Gotcha. Listen, same here. So I agree. For me, it's like getting older. I never was the one who was always out. But I showed up.
I was. And I think that's another reason why, like, because of the fact that, like, I had that really long period of time where I am by myself all the time.
You ain't never lied.
So then once I went to college, I was out all the time. And then like a couple years after I left college, I'm out all the time. And then I don't know what happened. Eventually I was just like, I'm over this. I don't want to do this anymore.
I think mid-20s, like going into my mid-20s for me. So it definitely was a transitional period for me, because at one point you heard some people say, oh, you're out often. And then like at another point, it was like, how do you manage being in the house all the time? Like, you ain't going out. It's the weekend. What you doing Friday? I'm home.
Yeah. Like, listen, I paid to live here. I'm going to make it fun.
That part.
I paid to live here. I decorated it nice.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. So guess what? I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna order me some food. I'm gonna have some wine. I'm gonna watch a show, listen to music, watch football, something.
And at that time, I had the children. I enjoy being with my children. I enjoy that my children have a mother that can actually spend this amount of time with them. They actually need it, not y'all. I enjoy actually being home.
There you go.
So let's play a little game.
Okay.
All right. Got a couple fire questions for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Who tests your patience more, family, friends, or coworkers?
Family.
If No was a person, what would she sound like?
If No was a person, what would she sound like? Me.
I know that's right.
Yeah. You know how like 2-year-olds, they learn how to say no, and that's all they say?
No.
I feel like I'm a 2-year-old now. I've learned how to say no, and I don't like it. No.
I love that answer.
Yes.
Because me, it's like, oh, I'm barking at you.
Yeah,
no. Get the point. No.
Yeah. No.
No means no.
Yeah. So if no is a person, it would sound like me. Yes. No means no.
All right. True or false? It's easier to set boundaries with strangers than family.
True.
So true. Like, they respect you.
They don't know you,
right?
They don't know you, so they don't have a way to like pull at the heartstrings and try and come from the whole and like guilt trip you. They don't have that, so it's much easier to set boundaries with strangers than it is with family.
Okay. What's one word that describes your peace right now?
Home.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I recently moved into my first place actually.
Congratulations!
Thank you. And I love being in my home. It's peaceful. I like look around sometimes and I'm just like, can't believe I didn't do this sooner. Like, I love like every little piece that I've decorated. And so like, yeah, peace is home.
And those that get it. Yes. All right. Well, I really did enjoy our segment. Thank you so much for coming. But before we close out, is there anything that you want to say? Is there any final thoughts, any suggestions that you have?
I would say it's really important to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Because there are going to be a lot of times in your life where uncomfortable things happen, whether it's work, family, friends, whatever the case may be. And sometimes we can't fix it. No matter what you do, you can't fix it. And also you shouldn't fix it. So sometimes you have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable and know that it's not going to last forever. You will get past it. They will get past it. Something else will happen and it'll be yesterday's news. But it's okay to choose yourself. If that means being, and I don't even necessarily think that means you're being selfish, but people will say, oh, this is being selfish. So if they want to say it that way, then fine. It's okay to be selfish and say, I choose myself over this situation that's going to cause me some type of emotional harm, physical harm, mental harm, whatever the case may be. So yeah, and learn that People pleasing, it ain't it. It's not it. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to make your life better. It's going to make you angry. It's going to make you resentful. It's going to make you anxious. It's also not allowing people to get to know you. They know this version of you that you created that is so inauthentic, and that's not fair to them or you.
Thank you so much for that advice, and it's so encouraging. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And for anyone that's listening who realizes that they've been people pleasing for years, just start with one thing, and that's one boundary.
There you go.
Start with saying no.
Mm-hmm.
For a little bit of advice, write down like 3 things that you've been saying yes to that actually drains you. And then one of the 3 things, start saying no to,
Mm-hmm.
and see how that works for you.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
I like it.
I'll tell you. Okay, well, protecting your peace isn't rude.
No.
Actually, it's needed.
Yes.
And I thank you so much, Alfreda, for
Thanks for
coming on
having
the
me.
show. I gotta have you back for some more.
Okay. I'll be glad to come back.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, girlie.
Yes.
Love you.
Love you.
Bam.